China is under attack. An industry almost devastated and almost 5,000 years of history on its way to being eradicated. Chongqing is a savage land that bears the most sumptuous of fruits. But if you want to partake, you're gonna need some help. Chongqing has the most sophisticated metro system in the world, navigating steep cliff faces and deep undergrounds across 304 stops and counting. Chongqing Punk is taking you to every one of them. I'm your host, Western Toilet. And this is Stop by Stop. This episode, we're going to anywhere in China, as the entire country is occupied by coffee houses. Does this mean the end of China's storied history with tea? I don't know, and I didn't bother to ask. Either way, it doesn't matter, because today we're here at House 2 Coffee to taste what they're serving up. Boutiques like this are like everywhere. You can find them in every nook and cranny of any neighborhood in China, and they get pushed around by like your Starbucks or your Luckin's, Mons. I don't even know the name of these places. I'm not going to go to them. I go to Starbucks sometimes for fuel. Like, you need to stop someplace, you need to gas up, and you need to go. But it's not the same as someplace like this. Someplace like this is where you go, well, for Instagrams. I mean, you can look great in a place like this. Look at how hot I am. The problem is finding places like this, like, at least for people like us. There's certain little tricks that we use. In fact, Emily, why don't you tell us how do you find these places?
All right, drop in the snark for a minute, because this is actual information. Don't get used to it. But Chongqing is a really hard place to get around, and none of the English language apps are going to help you, especially the map apps. Apple Maps, useless in Chongqing. You got to get a local app for your map. Also, I really recommend Dianping and Xiaohongshu to find these cute little boutiques around the city. And if you didn't catch that, I'll put the name of all these apps that we use in our accompanying Instagram post.
Because it's so worth it to find places like this, as opposed to like propping up big corporate business world of all those coffee places that they might even like throw you out, like if you don't order something. Although you should order something wherever you go. It's just that this is much nicer to get pictures of yourself in than it does in some mall. And I don't think you need to really worry about the tea industry, because all these places serve tea. And the tea is great, but also it's not like the coffee is like knockoff coffee. Like, it's actually good coffee. I'm not a coffee expert, but I know my way around a bean or two. And there's a lot of like really, really tasty brews being had. Let me show you just how many coffee places are between here and our house a few blocks away. When it comes to the elimination report, a lot of these cafes, they take a lot of pride in their bathrooms. So you can rest assured that no matter where you go, you're gonna have a good smelling, clean pot to piss in. One of the reasons a lot of these places are hard to find is because they're through a gate and upstairs. That one was upstairs, but as long as we're here, hey, why don't we stop and get a hamburger? Misty Mountain Burgers. We've eaten here a lot. Actually, not here. We get it ordered and take home a lot, but so this is our first time here. These burgers are freaking great. Thing is, there's a lot of great hamburgers in this city. I'm surprised actually how many there are, but this is one of the best. Luckily, they're that close to our house. Sorry about that. I mean, you don't like just walk past the best hamburger in Chongqing without going in at dinner time. It's Misty Mountain, remember, because these are very misty mountains, and it's not a misty day. There's no smog up there. All right, now let's get back to counting our how many coffee places there are. There's a Starbucks that way. Our favorite bagel place has great coffee, and they're right down there. There's one right there. There's two on the other side of this building. I mean, you can't see them, it doesn't matter. There's two. This is a weird way to explore your city through a coffee app. Somehow we missed it, but there's one back that way somewhere, I don't know. Not coffee, hot pot. Not coffee, hot pot. Not coffee, barbecue. Barbecue's open again. Not coffee, hot pot. There's at least one over in this mall. And there's at least 25 or 30 in here. But don't do that kind of stuff. Like, you might as well get a freaking hamburger at McDonald's while you're at it. Ugh, God. And then there's this one, our favorite, Chin Chin, the coffee liaison office. It's not just our favorite because it's on the corner next to our apartment. It is actually one of the best. They care so deeply about their coffee. And I think that it's not just about being trendy and being seen. I think it's actually looking for like a really tasty cup of joe. And if you're looking for one, go to our Instagram where we'll give you the address to here and all these other places, and you know, like and subscribe and do all those other things that you should be doing. It's your duty.